The battle on the Raxa River was fought on 16 October 955 over control of the Billung march between the forces of Otto I of Germany allied with the Rani tribe on one side, and the Obotrite Federation under Nako and his brother Stoigniew with their allied and tributary Slav neighbours on the other. The Raxa River is identified with either the Regnitz or the Elder River. The German victory over the Slavs followed up on the August victory at the Lechfeld over the Magyars and marked the high point of Otto's reign. A 30-year peace followed, only ending with the Slavic revolt in 983. Background: while King Otto was distracted by his campaigns against the Magyars, his vassals Wichman the Younger and his brother Egbert the One-Eyed instigated a Slav revolt in the Billung March. The Obotrites invaded Saxony and sacked the Kokeshemians' settlement, killing the men of arms-bearing age and carrying off the women and children into slavery. According to Widukind of Corvey, in the aftermath of Lechfeld, Otto pressed hard into Slav territory, where Wichman and Egbert had sought refuge. Otto raised the Slav population centers and soon had encircled them. He offered to spare his enemies if they would surrender. A Slav embassy came to an assembly Otto held in Saxony and offered to pay annual tribute in return for being allowed self-government. Otherwise, they said, they would fight for their liberty. Reuter argues that this is indicative of a change in German governing practice, a change from overlordship, which the Slavs were willing to accept, to lordship, which the Slavs protested. Dendradates revealed that in the context of the Saxon-Obotrite conflict, the Slavs in present-day northeast Germany started to build lots of forts. Only few forts were built before. A second phase of extensive fort construction occurred in the 980s, in the context of the Great Uprising of 983. Contemporary accounts. The course of the battle is described in Widukind of Corvey's Chronicle Rerum Gestarum Saxonicarum lib. 3c. Liilvian, in less detail, in Thietmar of Mersburg's Chronicon lib. 2. 12. Short mentions of the battle are recorded in the respective paragraphs about the year 955 in the continuation of the Annals of Prum Abbey and the Annals of St. Gallen Abbey. Location. With respect to the site of the battle, the sources remain extremely vague. According to Widukind of Corvey, the battlefield was the swampy valley of a river named Raxa, which in literature is identified either as the Regnitz or Elder River. Battle. According to Timothy Reuter, Otto I's army of the day was drawn from every regnum of the German kingdom, even Bohemia. According to Widukind of Corvey, who gave the only surviving detailed record of the battle itself, Otto I's campaign came to a halt at the bank of the Raxa River, where the Obotrites and their allies, led by Stoigniew, had taken a defensive position on the opposite embankment. Otto's Margragero, together with the allied tribe of the Rani, most probably the earliest mention of the Rani, secretly moved to a distinct part of the river to build 3 bridges. While a feint assault by the remaining forces distracted Stoinew's army, Stoigniew realized too late that Otto's forces were already crossing the river on another side, and the ensuing encounter was won by the latter. The fate of Stoigniew is described by both Widukind of Corvey and Thietmar of Mersburg. While both agree that he was decapitated, their accounts on how that happened differ. Widukind says that during the battle, Stoigniew was chased into a wood, run down and killed by a soldier named Host, who was handsomely rewarded after presenting Otto with Stoinew's severed head. Thietmar of Mersburg says that the captured Stoigniew, whom he calls Stoineg, was decapitated by Otto. After the battle, according to Widukind, Stoinegin's head was raised on a pole and 700 of captured Slavs were executed before sundown. The Annals of St. Gallen also report the violent death of Stoigniew, whom they name Stoigniew, but do not detail how he had died. They do, however, date the battle to the day of their patron, Saint Gall, i.e., the 16th of October.